Hello and welcome back. This is my first proper video of 2023. We're on Southbourne beach, which is not too far away from me, and hopefully we are going to pick up a few fish. We're actually targeting rays tonight, more than likely small-eyed and thornback. It'd be amazing to get blonde. It'd be the first blonde I've ever had if I catch one of those tonight. It is possible, but they're not too common. And maybe an undulate, but we'll see how we get on. More than likely it's going to be small eyes and thornbacks, if we have any, of course, at all. Basic rigs, usual stuff, squid and sand eel. I'll show you those in a little bit. Yeah, I haven't really uploaded for a little while, I can only apologise. Been fairly busy the last couple of months, been moving house, etc, etc, so it's just been difficult to get out and film, but hopefully we can have a decent session tonight, and as per usual I'll try and show you some fish, so we'll get to it. Going to be fishing with the Best of Tea and the Veyron tonight. As you can see, Veyron styling the Lamborghini yellow, which is nice and bright in the dark. Yeah, I've got a new light for the GoPro as well, so I'm hoping that will help us fish at night time. As you can see, it's fairly bright. It'll just help me, obviously, because I've got a head torch. I don't want to be blinding you or blinding myself when I'm trying to film, so I'm going to hope this actually does improve the night shoots. So yeah, see how it goes. Right, so the first rig is just a scratching rig that I've had knocked up for a while. Fitted with some size 4, I don't know if you can see that, some size 4 Sakumas, sort of worm hooks with a floating bead above it, so little pop-ups. And this is a 2-hook rig, if I can find the second hook. And then one on the bottom, same setup, slightly bigger lugworm, floating bead as well. So pretty basic rig. It's basically a 2-hook flapper. I'm not going to clip it down or anything. I'm literally going to flick it out 20 yards to see if we can get a sole. What I probably didn't mention earlier is it's a pretty big tide tonight. In fact, it is a very large tide. So this is the reason we're out tonight. We'll see if we can pick up a few fish. Again, we still might get nothing, so you never know. But yeah, so that's the first rig. Right, for the second rig is a Bagnall bar. Probably shown you this particular rig setup quite a few times now. It's got a Seaways glow gripper on. There's the bar. And there's the hook. There's the business end with a pennel hook on the back and cascade swivel. As you've probably seen, I'll put up in the corner here what a Bagnall bar rig looks like. I'm going to be using 3 very small, well, not very small, smallish size sand eel. With the sand eel, what I do is I just literally just nip the nose off all of them. You can avoid this step, but I find they wind better onto the hook when you take the nose off. You can tail them as well, but it doesn't really matter too much. Not that I do it. It's personal preference. Little sliver of squid. In fact, that can probably be about half that size. As you all know, when you're cutting frozen lumps off your bait, it can be quite difficult. Nick your hook through, something like this, and put your sand eels on. It is really simple fishing, really. I mean, the Bagnall bar to someone who hasn't done a lot of fishing may seem complicated, but really most rigs are straightforward. And especially on Southbourne, I find keeping it as simple as possible, and fishing in general really, if you're keeping it as simple as possible, you've less to go wrong. Now I like using you've probably seen this elastic quite a few times, this yellow elastic. I like using it with sand eels. It looks quite smart. Wrap it up tight. It breaks off though. So it's probably To be fair, maybe 2 sanders is going to be enough on this bait. How have you been doing anyway? It has been a long time since we've been out. Hope you've all been well. Hope you had a good Christmas. I've moved house in that time, which if anyone's doing it or had done it fairly recently, you know how much pain that is. Yeah, it's just nice to be out again on the beach. The temperature has dropped the last few days, so hence why I'm all kitted out. Some exciting stuff actually. Obviously I'm sponsored by Vaselli. They have told me a couple of weeks ago that they have basically put an order together. Some new gear is going to be coming my way, some new rods, some new reels, some new luggage stuff, and a new winter suit. So I'll be able to show you all of that soon enough, which will be nice. Excited to get some new rods out and give them a go. The Old Faithfuls are obviously always nice to use, but yeah, as you know, as we all know, it's nice to have some new toys. So something like this. That is my ray bait for Southbourne. Bit of squid, a couple of sand eel, wrapped to death with yellow bait elastic. Let's get out there. Ray bait. Well, I don't know how this footage is going to come out exactly, but we shall see. Now, I think a lot of people when they fish Southbourne generally overcast this beach. It's very easy to, because your natural instincts you just want to bang leads as far as you possibly can. But what I like to do on Southbourne specifically is basically chuck a bait pretty close, and sometimes it just feels like it's too close. That's usually where you're going to catch the fish. And because I'm not going to pendulum cast this one, I'm literally going to just flick it over the head. You don't have to worry about, he says, try to get the drop adjusted correctly. You don't have to worry about distance too much. You can just flick it over the top of your head. I don't know, maybe about 40 yards maybe. It's very hard to gauge. Like that is out there. Because it's a pretty large tide, I'll put a grip on this one just in case it goes for a walk. I think it's set. Don't start raining against that. Second one, I'm going to clip up. Just is the worm bait, which you really don't need far out at all. And the good thing about not having to cast worm baits very far is they won't disintegrate trying to pendulum cast them or off the ground cast a lug. So again, oh, crashed into me line. There he is. Apologies. I'm going to just turn you a little bit because I'm going over here. I'm about the same distance. I'm trying to hit a gully out there. There's like about 40 yards, 35, 40 yards out. There's a gully, basically, the trough. That's where we want to be. That was probably a bit too much. Got a bit of a side wind tonight. Shouldn't cause us too much issues if it stays like this. Any more, it might do a little bit. That's it. We are fishing. Let's catch some fishies. There we go. We're fishing. There's Mike over there. They'll say hello in a minute. They're staying still. They're behaving. I think so. Got it in the right place. That's the start. We'll be back. How we doing, Mike? Got fish? Happy days. That was good timing. Just come over to say hello.
Start banks and bites was landed.
Got a nice shiny new line on there as well. We'll have a look at that in a bit. What does it feel like? A ray?
It went then.
So we get a better look at the rod. Well, you got like three, you got 2 dogfish on there probably. Yeah.
See its eye then.
Oh, there's it. We've got a ray. A smalleyed. Yeah.
Means we haven't heard any reports or nothing for weeks.
Exactly. Well done.
Don't tell them where we are.
Yeah, we're on Chesil. We'll have a proper look in a minute.
Get down the sandy end. It didn't take long to prove they're here.
No.
I use. I've given up with up and overs for them. I just use a pulley rig now.
See, there you go. The man himself. A couple of sand deals and a pulley rig is all you need.
I use the same as I use for cod on the Chesil.
Yeah, exactly.
I use the same for everything.
Yeah. Pulley rig is the way forward in all fairness.
Yeah, I don't think you need the up and overs. Put the rod down low.
Yeah, especially on this beach. Let's go and check mine. Let's hopefully I've got one there. There you go. Into the first ray of the night, which is nice to see. I'll probably catch nothing, but we'll see. First fish of the night for me anyway. I can't even hold it properly, it's that small. It's a tiny little place. Almost see-through, aren't they? Let's see, I can't even hold him. Yeah. Massive this is, look, the size of it. Tiny, and at night time, bizarrely enough, but yeah, it's a fish, and he come off unhooked really easily, so he's going to go back. But there's fish. If you haven't got yourself one of these yet, I recommend these. They are brilliant. There's a Coleman Firestorm, especially in the depths of winter when you freezing your tits off on the beach. Nice to make yourself hot drinks, pot noodles, whatever you want really. Well, within reason. You can cook food on it as well. That just slides up into that groove, locks off. There's your base. There's your pot noodles. There's your camping kettle. Put that on there. Faff about with the water. Find an old banana in your bag that's actually not in too horrendously bad condition. Mushed. Down the bin. Go. Lovely job. Absolutely, success is 90% inspiration. Inspiration is hot food on the beach. Save time. Eat crap like hot noodles. Pretty sure I've got some more. Probably can't see that. Turn my headlight on. Pretty sure I've got a 4-ounce white in on the ray rod. No interest on the ray rod yet, but you know, we will continue on. Right, it's about 10 o'clock. High tide anytime now, basically. I'm swapping from worm on the Veyron, so I'm just going to go all out for rays now, just to see what happens. We haven't had another one since earlier. The first one was the kiss of death. It sometimes goes like that. But we're going to persevere for a little bit longer. Hopefully we can get at least one more out between us, would be nice. So yeah, doubled up for ray baits now. Just a waiting game. Keep posted. Something there. Yeah. Something. Let's hope it's not a dog.
Might wait for you to
get it halfway in.
Might wait for you to chuck another fresh bait out there.
It's not ridiculously heavy, but it's not ridiculously heavy.
Well, there's something on there then.
Yeah.
Perhaps the dog in.
Yeah, probably.
Or the one like a white inside.
No. There's a dogfish. Or is it a ray? It's a little ray.
Pick them up. Quite weighty.
Yeah. Happy days. Target achieved. Yeah.
Employer's job.
Right, target achieved.
Hey.
Target achieved. Happy days. It's a female little small-eyed. I'm not going to weigh it. Just thought I'd do a little bit here before we get it back. Absolutely beautiful markings on it. And pretty much right at the end of the session. That's always the way it goes. One at the start, one at the end. So I'm going to get it unhooked and get it back. Thanks very much. Well, thanks for joining us on the first one back. It's a fairly short session. I have still got 2 baits out, but this will be the last cast. So if I do catch anything, obviously I'll show you. If I don't, then thanks for joining us for a brief session down Southbourne. Obviously as the light and as the year goes on, the days get lighter, sorry. I'm looking forward to doing some video in the day. It's much more interesting. There's a lot more stuff visually I can do. Nighttime is a bit more limited. So really it's just more about focus on the fishing and obviously rigs, etc, etc. This light has really helped this time, so that's creating a bit of a better visually for you. Let me know what you think. And yeah, I hope to bring you some decent content this year. I'm looking forward to the new stuff from Vaselli. So yeah, we'll see how we get on. Thanks for joining us. See you on the next one.